Welcome student. Welcome to video series on Python programming. This is the sixth session in this video series. And in this series, we are going to discuss Sublime Text, which is a code editor for Python, and PyCharm, which is a IDE integrated development environment for Python. In last session, we have seen what do you mean by code editor and what do you mean by IDE. What is the difference between that? How to choose a code editor, how to choose IDE, what are the important points? All that stuff we have seen in last session. In this session, we are going to discuss, or we are going to see the demonstration of how to install Sublime Text, how to install PyCharm IDE, and how to use both of them for Python programming language. So let us start with a Sublime Text. So very first thing, you download this Sublime Text, go to any your favorite web browser and just type here. First go to Google. Inside the Google, just type Sublime Text. And very first link you're getting here, www.sublimetext.com. And click on the download. The new window is open in your browser. So here there are different options for this Sublime Text 3. The text editor name is a Sublime Text 3. So you choose here whatever the operating system you are using. Here I'm choosing Windows 64-bit operating system. And see here, one installer is start downloading in my machine or on my hard drive. So it will take couple of seconds, at max 1 minute, and it is downloading. So it is one of the code editor. So till date you have used so many code editors such as Notepad, Notepad++, but it is a superior than that is auto completion and code highlighting. Such features are there in this Sublime Text. So it taken 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, and it is downloaded. So go to your download folder, just click here, show in folder, and Sublime Text installer or setup is downloaded on machine. Just simply double click on it. And it is start installing the Sublime Text on your machine. There are so many softwares are installed on my machine, so it will ask operating system permission. Simply click yes. And then as usual, so this is it require at least 34.6 MB free disk space is required, and this is the path where your Sublime Text is installed. You can check this, you can also change this path, but I'm recommending that keep the default one. Next, and install. So it is get installed on your machine and finish. So to use this Sublime Text, go to the search facility of your Windows operating system and simply type Sublime, and this is the logo and application for Sublime Text. Double click on it. This is the editor for Sublime Text. So open any, go to file menu and open a new file. The new file is open, and in that file you type your program. For example, I'm already typed the code. I already declared two variable and I'm printing the addition of two numbers. Simply go here, go to tools, or simply do the control control B, and see here it is a output, that is addition is 30. So simply by pressing the control B, you can run the program. So this is all about the Sublime Text, a very easy text editor for Python. I'm using this Sublime Text for second time, so it is not asking me anything. But if you are using it for a first time, it will ask you about the programming language. So this Sublime Text Editor is a paid software. So here, see here, there is a unregistered word is there. So sometimes it will pop up, you give some pop-ups to purchase this software, but simply ignore the pop-ups, and then you can use this Sublime Text as a free version. But I'm recommending that if you are really using it for a long time, you can purchase it also. So next is the PyCharm. So we'll see how to deal with a PyCharm. So again, come to Google and simply type here in this Google PyCharm, and see here this PyCharm. You get an official website PyCharm. This IDE, it is an integrated development environment. It is a heavy software than code editor like Sublime Text or Edit++. It provides so many facilities. So for this PyCharm, it is developed by JetBrains. JetBrains have a very much good experience in developing the IDEs for different programming languages and technologies. So it having around 20 years of experience to develop the IDE. So PyCharm, PyCharm is from JetBrains. So go to this download section of PyCharm or the JetBrains website, official website of JetBrains. See here, and you are coming to download section, download PyCharm. So there are different versions of operating systems are available, and PyCharm you can download the two installer, either a professional one or community version one. Professional version is a paid version, or for some days they will provide you a trial version also. So it supports the web development along with Python, HTML, JS, that is JavaScript, SQL, support everything. But here the free version is a community version. We have already seen in the last session, it is one of the point while choosing the IDE, whatever your capability to purchase the version one or the community version one. So depending on that, you choose your IDE. So here I am choosing the community version and click on download button. So when you start downloading, one more installer is start downloading. I already downloaded this on my machine. So I pause here and we will go to the download section of my machine. So see here, such a Python community version 2020.1.3 is available in my download folder. After successful download of that installer, simply double click on here and your installer will start it to install on your machine. So again, it will take some time. It will again ask for permission. So this is the first window for PyCharm installation, or welcome to PyCharm Community Edition setup. To do the setup of PyCharm on your machine, simply click next. This is a default path. Its space required is 672 MB is space required to install this software on your machine. Simply click next. Click on this 64-bit launcher add open folder as a project, py extension for file, and add a launcher directory to the path. Click all the options. Next, and then install. So again, it will take some time to install on your machine. It is a heavy IDE. It has so many facilities to do the programming with Python. You can debug. There is a project window. So what do you mean by IDE? So many tools are combined in one software. Integrated. So it is called as integrated development environment. You can, there is a auto syntax generation is there, or there is a, if you are writing a wrong code, it will inform you this is a wrong code. You can debug the things. You can add the extra packages also in such IDE for your development purpose. So it will take some time. Purposefully, I am showing you whole installation because some of the students are afraid of this, how to install the things, though they are very good in programming, they don't know how to install the stuff for their development. So while installing, the computer is installing the things, be patient, don't click here and there. Let us set up should complete by itself. So it is extracting each and everything and installing on your machine. Have a patience. One more thing, before installing a PyCharm on your machine should have Python installed. So we have already seen the Python installation in session number 2 and 3. So those who don't know how to install, kindly go to that videos and see that videos before come to this video. So then after completion, it will ask reboot now, or you want to do reboot is at a later. So I'm recommending that you reboot immediately, but we have to complete this video. So I'm not rebooting my machine now. I want to manually reboot later, and simply click finish. Then close your browser. And go to this window and simply type PyCharm Community Edition 2020.1.3. PyCharm is also one shortcut is created. So when you are clicking first time, it will show such a window, configure installation folder, but you choose this, do not import any setting because we are using it first time. And in this way, the PyCharm starting on your machine, so it will ask you for the theme. So I'm choosing here the light theme. The next feature, you can skip this all thing also, remind and set as a default, but I'm showing you the each and every step. Next, then it will ask you download the feature plugin. If you want any plugin for your PyCharm, such as R language support you want, you can install it, or emulator of Vim editor or create. So there are so many, but I'm not choosing anything because I want to deal with only Python. So start using PyCharm. So again, one white line or one status bar is completed and it will start. So very first time, it will take a time. Then such a window will come a first time. when you are using the PyCharm first time, such a window will appear if you are using. So you will get such a window when PyCharm is started first time. So simply click on create new project and give here your project name, that is first project, or you can give any name. And sometimes you have to wait for the base interpreter, which is you already installed on your machine. So you have to wait to appear it in that text box or that drop down. Once it is appear in this window python.exe, simply click on create. Then again, as we are running this PyCharm very first time, it will take some time. It will also first time ask you for any editing tips, but simply click on this, don't show me the tips, and close the thing. So then it is creating a virtual environment for our Python development. So very first time if you are running this, it will take. So when PyCharm is open, you will see such a windows on your computer screen. Maximize the PyCharm. So this is called as Project Explorer, and this is called as your code editor. So there are so many windows are also. So you go to the view section, tool windows, and you can see here so many windows are there, such as Python console. So first time it will operating system firewall is asking you the permission, so allow the access to all the facilities of PyCharm. So there are some special variable window. It is used for the debugging purpose. This is my Python console or the output window. This is Project Explorer. And when you are saying, simply select your project, right click on it. It will ask you new and go to new file, new Python file, because we want to do the Python programming. So it will ask you the name of file. Suppose I'm here writing the file name. Suppose area of triangle, we are calculating area of triangle. So area T, I'm given the file name and choose a Python file. Press enter. See here, area T.py get open here, which is under first project. So this is my first project. Whatever the file I'm creating, it is under my project, which is the, in this way, hierarchy is created. And this is called as your canvas to do the coding. Canvas to do the coding, or it is called as code editor. This is called as menu bar or toolbar to do the things. This is called as Project Explorer. This is called as Python console or output window. This is called as a watch window, or here you can, when we are doing the debugging, the special variable watch window is useful. So here you can do the your programming. So all of you know how to calculate the area of triangle. For example, base is equal to, I'm taking 10, and triangle is height. Suppose height is equal to also the 10, and I'm taking a new variable, area is equal to, all of you, how do we calculate area? One half multiply by base into height, and then simply type print to print the area of triangle. And here you can type any label, area of triangle is equal to give one space here for well formatted output, and AREA variable name. See here, when you are typing AREA, automatically when it is completed, then it will give you the total. Otherwise the red underline is there. So this is Python console. Save everything. And then go to run section. Click on run. So very first time it is asking what to run. So click on area and see here the area output is there. The area of triangle is 50, that is 10 into 10, 100 divided by 2, 50. So in this way you can do the programming using. Click on it. So it will start debugging. To start the debugging any program, very first step is you create one breakpoint. So what do you mean by breakpoint? Breakpoint means suppose you have written the n number of line of code, the thousands of line of code, and if your program is executing correctly up to certain line of code, and then after there is a problem, so you put a breakpoint in your code so that your code will execute from that breakpoint onward. So here I'm inserting a breakpoint in this way, which is a pink dot in my code, so that from here Python will start executing. So how to do the debugging? Go to debug and simply press, see here, my debugger is now on. Special variable, this window become the larger one. And this is a main thread. This is console and this is debugger window is now open. So how to debug it? Here, is step into my code. In this way you can step further, or you can do the F8. So automatically new line is highlighted, base is 10. So whatever the execution, it is show the line by line what is happening to code. See here inside the variable window you can see base, it is integer variable, and 10. So automatically Python has taken 10 because as an integer. Then again to go to the next line, to execute the next line, again press F8. It will come and see the output here in the variable height equal to int and 10, and next statement is highlighted, which is when I'm pressing the next F8, this highlighted statement get executed. So F8. So again special variable. So area get calculated. See here, area is get calculated. Area equal to 50. But the last statement is not executed. That is area of triangle is whatever the area. This statement is not executed. See here, the PyCharm is also intelligent. It will show my typo mistake also. Here there is a typo mistake in triangle. Now this statement is highlighted. Again press F8, and now you go to the console, and here area of triangle is 50. So in this way you can debug also. So PyCharm is a very intelligent IDE for the Python programming, which is developed by JetBrains. So this is all about the Sublime Text and PyCharm editor. We have seen installation of Sublime Text, installation of PyCharm IDE, and how to use this both. Also we have seen how to debug in a PyCharm. So hope student, this video is informative for you people. So it is my request to all you people, kindly like, share and subscribe this video. Also subscribe to our channel Rise and Shine, from KG to PG and from Stotras to Syntax. Till time, thank you very much. Keep watching, keep learning.